Yo, what's up, YouTube? What a great picture here. DJP back again with another episode of Patriot Keys Off-Season Edition. And in this video, I'm going to start doing a little bit something different. While we're in OTA's training camp, I kind of broke it down before. We're going to start looking forward to the season, start giving you guys videos on what to look forward to, what I look forward to, and just other stuff for the future and everything. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and leave your list down below on the top 10 Patriot players you want to watch out for in this coming season. And if you're not a fan of Patriot fans, if you're not a fan of Patriots, it's all good. Let me know your favorite team and leave your top 10 players on your team down below in the description. I love talking football, not just the Patriots. This channel, it may seem like a Patriot channel, but if you come here and show love, I will, talk sports about any team, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, any kind of thing. I just love sports, but mainly football. But I'm tired of rambling. Know you guys want to see this top 10, so let's get into it. So, without further ado, let's go. Number 10, Malcolm Mitchell. Now, this guy, he was pretty good last year. Kind of came onto the scene when Gronkowski went down with an injury, and it all started when he played the 49ers. He got that nice 60-plus yard touchdown. And then since then, he kind of became that extra piece in the offense to kind of try to make up a little bit of what Gronk did, which is going down the scene, just giving us more production at the wide receiver position, especially when all our guys were kind of getting nicked up, banged up at the end of the season. Now, this is my things. How he worked with the healthy Gronkowski. Will he turn into a special teamer? Because, like I said, Gronkowski come back healthy, and with Dwayne Allen too, so you already know the offense is going to kind of go back to Gronk with Edelman, and now you have to add Brandon Cooks in the equation. How will he work out with that? Will he be better than Amendola? Will they make him turn into a special teamer? Will they make Amendola a special teamer? And again, how would he fit in with the addition with Cooks? So we'll see about all that. But Malcolm Mitchell is a guy I'm keeping my eye on. Shout out to the great Markel. He was the one who was on Malcolm Mitchell. He was talking about Malcolm Mitchell all last season before the season started. That's who his guy was. That's what he was watching out for. That was his number one guy, and it worked out. So I'm looking at Malcolm Mitchell this year to see how he fits in with the offense. Number 9, Derek Rivers. Now, of course, you guys have to know how to keep one of these rookies on the list. Now, he's a linebacker / defensive end combo, so we kind of got to use him for 4-3, 3-4. He's going to kind of be somewhat what Shane McClellan should have been, I think, so myself. Can he add to the much-needed pass rush? In the last 3 years of college, he has 36 sacks from his last 2 years. But last year, I believe he only had 5 sacks last year. So we need a much-needed pass rusher. And I think that's what we kind of focused on when we took him and Deatrick Weiss. But I'm also looking at Derek Rivers because he was the top pick out of Youngstown State. So we'll see how he works out in that linebacker defensive end combo. Maybe kind of somewhat what Ninkovich does. And, Ninkovich getting up there in age. So can he be the replacement for that? We'll see. Number 8, interior offensive lineman. Now, this, I can't just put out one person. I'm talking about Thuney, Andrews, and Shaq Mason. Our left guard, center, and right guard. Because last year, our offensive line was better than what it was the year before with our offensive line coach coming back. They were better than the year before, but our weak spot of offensive line was always the interior. Look at the Texans game. Got destroyed by Whitney Merciless and Jadeveon Clowney. And had they had a decent quarterback, they could have won that game potentially. The Super Bowl, where was the pocket keep collapsing? Was on the interior. Grady Jarrett had a field day in the second half. So, we had to have better communication between the interior offensive interior linemen. The pocket got to be better, so Brady doesn't have to keep scrambling outside to pass Cannon and Soder because they holding it down for the tackles. And, they're all young. I think Thuney was a rookie last year. So, they're a little bit younger on the younger side. So now they have the big game experience of being in the Super Bowl, all that stuff. Or are they going to become wiser and become better? So that's something I'm looking forward to in the interior offensive lineman. Number 7, Deion Lewis. Now, this guy, he hurt his hamstring in the Super Bowl on the last play. Was kind of a freak injury. And he also hurt himself going into the season last year in the preseason that kept him out. He got hurt earlier on in the Super Bowl as well. That made him diminish his role, which led to James White exploding. And every time Deion Lewis goes out, James White steps up and does exactly what we need him to do. So he's kind of the odd man in the backfield. So we'll see if he's going to be a returner because he did return some kicks when Cyrus Jones was messing up. What will he do? Because James White and him kind of do the same things. Deion Lewis a little bit better running than him. But when you add Gillislee, you add Burkhead, you have a crowded backfield, so I'll see if he's the odd man out. Especially, I believe his contract is ending at the end of the season. He only makes 1.5 million, so there's nothing to cut him. So will he even make it to the roster is a question. So we'll see on that. He's the odd man out the backfield, and I just want to keep my eye on Deion Lewis. Deion. Number 6, Stefan Gilmore. Now, you know I had to put Stefan Gilmore up here. He fits the measurements for Bill Belichick. He's like a 6'1", 6'2", guy, and then Bill Belichick, he loves those tall, aggressive corners. Hence why we got Eric Rowe in the trade. Look at a Brandon Browner. We know how to put these guys in situations. A Logan Ryan, a guy who's good, who can face the tall, physical receivers. But will he be able to play in this scheme? We got to make sure his communication is good with the safety, especially with Devin McCourty, because McCourty used to play DB, so he cornerback, so he knows how that works. I've seen a couple plays. I'll probably put it up too, where Gilmore doesn't have the same communication with his back line. That could be coaching, that could be the players, but we'll see. And also, 2 years ago, he had a great season, kind of a breakout season that made him a top 10 corner. Last season, kind of took a step back from week 1 to week 10, but starting at week 11 to the end of the season, he played phenomenal. He played like that guy from 2015. So when we see the earlier Stefan Gilmore, where he kind of, took a downspin, or will we see that Stefan Gilmore that we all know? What will happen? We'll see. So I'm keeping my eye on Stefan Gilmore, especially since he got that big contract that Malcolm Butler should have got. So we'll see. Number 5, Elandon Roberts. So this kind of he's a interior linebacker. We traded Jamie Collins. He kind of stepped up, him and Kyle Van Noy. But Dante Hightower kind of plays all over the place. He plays outside and inside. But, now we're starting at the end of the season. We started using Hightower as an outside linebacker more, having him blitz. So Elandon Roberts and Kyle Van Noy has to hold down the middle, and I think that they like Elandon Roberts better. So he has to prove in his rookie year. He had 0 sacks. Even though we don't have our inside linebackers blitz that much, I would like to see him be more aggressive. I saw him being a little bit too passive, especially in pass coverage and everything. So hopefully he can prove on his rookie year. And yeah, he has to be that inside linebacker. Since Gerard Mayo, we went from Teddy Bruschi to Gerard Mayo, and then we went to Dante Hightower. Now I feel like what they're going to do is pass. We had Hightower Collins. Since they traded Collins and having Hightower down there, I feel like what they're going to do is try to make Elandon Roberts the inside linebacker. So we'll see how he works out that. Number 4, Cyrus Jones. Now, if you're a Patriot fan, you follow me on Twitter, you already knew this name had to come up. Bro, can you be the nickel corner out of Alabama? I liked him coming out of Alabama. I like Cyrus Jones. He's from Alabama. Belichick likes people from the Nick Saban type of tree. Can he be the nickel corner? Because that's what he was supposed to come in and be. He's supposed to be the nickel corner after Logan Ryan and Malcolm Butler, but Eric Rowe took his spot. He fell so far off that he just got put on special teams duties to catch the kicks. But guess what? He couldn't even return kicks. Can you catch these returns? Hopefully, I've seen a lot of people say he's going to be the most improved player on the defense. So I'm keeping my eye on him. Gerard Mayo said that, and I'm just trying to see, was it his confidence that went down because he couldn't guard nothing? He couldn't do anything right last year. But I know he can play. I've seen him play. So we'll see if his confidence can get regained, and I just want to see him, if he's going to be the nickel corner, if he can beat out Eric Rowe, if he can beat out some of these other guys, because we didn't get Jason McCourty because we believe in Cyrus Jones with these guys. Number 3, Kony Ealy. Now, he's fighting for a contract. I feel like he's only going to last 1, maybe 2 more years with us, but he's fighting for a contract. He even came out and said he doesn't want to live up to his Super Bowl 50 performance, and that's pretty much where everybody knows Kony Ealy from, because other than that, he's just hitting his prime. This is his 4th year, so he should start hitting his prime. So we'll see on that. But, 5-sack average for his career. Had 5 sacks last year. Jabal Sheard had exactly 5 sacks last year after he took a step back. So can you be better than Jabal Sheard? Because Jabal Sheard, remember, he got benched. So can you be better than Jabal Sheard? Kind of like it with Derek Rivers. Can you help us with a much-needed pass rusher so we can get to the quarterback? Our linebackers don't have to cover these running backs so fast. And our cornerbacks, I know our secondary is going to be straight. Excuse me. But can you average more than 5 sacks? Can you get like about 8 sacks, 10 sacks this season? He had Star Lowe over there. He had Keekly. He had Thomas Davis. So it was kind of hard for him to get sacks. But outside Hightower, we really don't have that dominant pass rusher. Outside Trey Flowers, too, we don't really have a pass rusher. So we'll see, Kony Ealy. Can you be that pass rusher? Number 2, Malcolm Butler. Now, everybody knows my thoughts about Malcolm Butler. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent if he doesn't get signed to an extension this offseason. So we'll see. He came out and said he's all in this season for the Patriots. But is he truly all in? Is he going to play where he doesn't want to get hurt to jeopardize his money? What will Malcolm Butler do? And I want to see how he works with Stefan Gilmore. You know, my take, Malcolm Butler is a top 5, top 10 corner. I think he's better than Stefan Gilmore, but we'll see how he works with those two working together. I don't know what Malcolm Butler brings to the table, but it's more so to see if he's trying to prove to us that he deserves a contract, and if he, again, does he want to play conservative, don't get hurt, so he can bounce and get the most money without being injured. Now, before I get to number 1, let's talk about the honorable mention, and I'm talking about Stefan Gilmore. Now, I don't know if he knows this, but he might be on his way out the door. Remember, about 10, 11 years ago, we got rid of Vinatieri for Gilmore because we wanted to move on because we thought Vinatieri was going to retire within the next 5 years. We had somebody for 10 plus years. Now, Vinatieri is still playing, and we chose Gilmore over Vinatieri. He needs to get over that 2015 AFC Championship because ever since he missed that extra point in that championship game last year was a terrible season for Gilmore. Now, he did improve towards the end of the season because I believe going up until week 11, week 12, he either missed the extra point or missed the field goal. One or the other always happened every game. It never failed. So we'll see how he works out with that. So he's my honorable mention. Want to see how he's going to do. You know, we need that Adam B. Jr. We need that Mr. Automatic. Number 1, Brandon Cooks. This is the guy who I'm looking out for this season. I expect big things for Brandon Cooks. You coming from a Drew Brees offense who, you know, be throwing the ball everywhere. And, you know, look at it in his stats. He only had 1,100 to about 1,200 yards, 8 TDs. But, again, you know, Drew Brees who's throwing it to a Willie Snead. He's throwing it out the backfield. Drew Brees just lets everybody get a piece of the pot, which is kind of how we're going to do. You know, Edelman, he's our third down guy. Gronkowski, he's our guy to spread the field. And Brandon Cook can help us spread the field. He was tied for 5th last year in 25 plus yard, you know, big plays, 25 plus yard plays, tied for 5th with wide receivers. So can he help us spread the field even more? Gronkowski's running down the middle. You know, people have to watch out for him. Can he take the top off the defense and go down the field? My thoughts is Brandon Cook should have 1,500 yards at least this season. He should have 1,500 at least. You know, can he, you know, and also, can he get adjusted to the cold weather? Can he run these bubble screens? Because imagine him on a bubble screen with Edelman or these guys blocking. That's going to the house. It's going to the crib. Or, hey, a slant or a deep go route. Can he beat these guys? How will he fit with the system? So that is my thoughts. Those are my top 10 players I'm watching out for. Again, I will list them real quick. I got Gilmore as honorable mention. Malcolm Mitchell, number 10. Derek Rivers, number 9. Our interior offensive lineman at 8. Deion Lewis. Neon Deion at 7. Stefan Gilmore at 6. Elandon Roberts at 5. Cyrus Jones at 4. Kony Ealy at 3. Malcolm Butler at 2. And Brandon Cooks at number 1. Let me know your thoughts down below. And that'll be it. This your boy DGP. Again, top 10s. Leave it down. Like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.